Welcome back to this week's episode of I'm Just Saying Sports Talk. Today, Kendrick, you want to talk about we had some interesting things happen this weekend,
Yeah,
but specifically with your boys, the Pittsburgh Steelers, concerning the catch.
yeah. If
So
that's what you want to call it.
yeah, or
Yeah,
the non-catch.
yeah, whatever.
So what's your thoughts, man? What you thinking about that, man? I know y'all came out on the bad end of it, but what's going on?
The rule is the rule. I think it's a stinking rule. They're gonna have to revise that rule. And if you go back and you look at the video, you ain't got to slow it down.
Mm-hmm.
You can look at Jesse James. He had two hands on the ball, two hands, and with the two hands, now he was facing. He's facing front,
Mm-hmm.
and then he turned his body and lunged for the end zone.
Right.
So that's a football move.
Right.
And as soon as he lunged for the end zone with two hands on
Uh-huh.
the ball crossed the line, the goal line.
Right.
As soon as any part of the ball crossed the goal line with somebody having possession of it, that's a touchdown.
Well, I think yes.
But when he hit the ground with the ball.
yes, when you look at how we came into football, it was instantaneously when it crossed the plane.
That's right.
But with the rules, the way they interpret it now,
Mm-hmm.
you have to finish the catch, and that's whether you're in the end zone
Mm-hmm.
or whether you're outside. They call it surviving the ground.
That's
So,
crazy.
so anytime you're headed towards the ground with the ball,
Mm-hmm.
you have to survive that contact with the ball, with the ground, keeping the ball secure. And once you don't do that, you don't have a complete catch. Now,
But they're inconsistent.
they are inconsistent. They are extremely inconsistent
Mhm.
because this is the thing. It's like a two-part thing. They'll say, "Oh, that's a complete pass." Well, the pass is complete, but the catch isn't.
That's right.
So it's like now it's a two-phase thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I agree. They're not applying it uniformly.
No.
They're all over the place with it. And you can see the struggle by how long they take to make these calls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
So-
in this season, we had two instances like that already that I know of. Not for the Steelers, but the Patriots.
Right.
Okay, the shoe was on the other foot,
Mm-hmm.
but they won their decision.
Right.
It was against the Cincinnati Bengals.
Mm-hmm.
Brandon Cooks caught the ball in the end zone,
Right.
had possession of it. He put 2 feet down. He fell outside of the end zone
Right.
and lost control of the football. So he did not survive the ground, but they awarded him the catch.
Yeah, I agree. I think you can go too far with trying to use technology
Yeah.
to referee a game.
Well, let me ask you this: do you think it's a little bit of favoritism towards the Patriots? Because I'm gonna give you this other instance. It was the Jets. Their tight end, Severius Jenkins, had the same thing happen to him. He broke the plane of the end zone with the football, but when he hit the ground after he went through the end zone, he lost control of the ball.
Right.
It bobbled.
Right.
It never hit the ground though,
Right.
but the ball bobbled, and he still had the ball.
Mm-hmm.
He got up and handed the ball to the official.
Mm-hmm.
They gave him a touchdown, but they reviewed it up in the booth, and guess what? They overturned it.
Yeah. Because
And that was against the Patriots.
right. Because I think even the refs are not 100% sure. I think this is what I think the problem is. Okay. I propose it's not going to happen, but I'll say this. I think it's more. I don't think it's necessarily I think the rule had good intentions, but I think the main problem is instant replay because you have a game that's played
Yeah.
at regular speed,
Yeah.
right? In real life, for you camera heads, in real life, life happens at 60 frames per second, meaning that's how you see things. That's how the human eye is gauged to see things. This is how when you're reacting to something in a sport or whatever you're doing, you're seeing it at 60 frames per second.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So now, when they do instant replay, they slow it down to the minute. So when you're looking at a piece of art and you look at a painting, you don't grab a magnifying glass and go up to it and look at every little stroke and be like, oh, that's a horrible painting. Look, man, he kind of got outside the lines. He got a little bit of paint over there. No, it passes the eye test. It passes what it looks like in reality, right? So, one, I think if you're going to keep instant replay, it should be played back at reality speed, 60 frames per second, because that's how it was done. It was done in real time. If you go back and slow it down to 2 frames per second and then you're zooming in, you will get nothing done.
That's right.
If every sport, if every curveball in baseball was looked at the way that we look at these films, and it's not in real time, you got to ask yourself, what are you trying to do? Are you trying to nitpick something to the point where it's no longer a sport, or are you just trying to enforce a few rules? So if you're going to do instant replay, play it back at regular speed, and whatever you can't detect with the eye, that's what it is.
Just leave the call as is.
That's what it is.
That's right.
That's what it is. And also, I think it should only be a tool. It should be a tool for an official and not a right of a coach to dispute something.
Yeah.
No, that's the official's job, but I think it should only be an official's tool, not a tool that a team can use to dispute an official. That's how I feel about it.
And I think they should take it out of the game, period, after
I agree.
Going into the fourth quarter with 2 minutes left in the game. Okay, within the last 2 minutes of the second quarter or the fourth quarter, the booth has to do the review. The coaches can't review. I think that if the coaches can't review, I don't think nobody should be able to review it. Whatever it is, let it be.
Yeah. I mean, people find a way to live with the ref.
Yeah.
Just like in high school.
Yeah.
You live with it. You live with it.
But see, what the thing is, really the thing that just gets me, I'm not understanding though, is once the ball crossed the plane of the goal line, the whistle blows, which kills the play.
Well, this is what should have happened.
But see, what they're forgetting is when he crossed the plane of the goal line, if you look at the wingmen, they came in, they blew the whistle, they killed the play.
Right.
So as soon as the ball crossed, you blow the whistle, you put up the touchdown signal.
What should happen if they're going to really do this rule right?
It's really a dead ball.
But really, what they should do, if they're really going to do this rule right, you should never call a touchdown until the player has pretty much handed you the ball, and then you could say, "I saw them complete the catch." Because when you do this, and then it's like, wait a second, they're doing it when they cross the plane. They're not doing it when the play is actually over.
Well, they got to see the ball.
Yeah.
Once they see the ball cross the line, the goal line, it's touchdown.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is, I think there should be a different rule for catches that are in the end zone versus those are out in the field of play.
Yeah.
Because if the plane is the thing, because think about back in the day when you do a quarterback sneak, you go over the line and somebody slap it out your hand, you done broke the plane. Now you really didn't secure the ball; it was smacked out.
That's right. You didn't finish the play.
You didn't finish the play.
That's right. Because the whistle wasn't blown.
That's right. So,
but they automatically blow the whistle though most of the time when that ball goes over.
That's right.
And that's what happened. That kills the play.
It kills the play. Yeah. And so, I think it's a poorly written rule. Yeah. On top of, I think instant replay enhances the imperfections of rules. Like if you look at anything that close, you're going to see flaws because the game was not meant to be played at a slowed down level. It's played at full speed, and whatever you get by with because that means everybody's getting by with the same thing.
And the other case that the NFL is wrong with was the Dez Bryant catch on Green Bay. I'm not a Dallas fan.
That was terrible.
Dez Bryant,
his butt was out of bounds and half his back.
But the thing is, Dez Bryant caught the ball and came down in bounds with 2 feet.
Well, no.
Then he launched. He lunged for the goal line. When he did that, the ball, his arm hit the ground. If you look at it now, his arm hit the ground. The ball just popped up.
So he had to reestablish right there. He had to reestablish, and his body was out. Half his body was out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he already crossed.
I know, but he didn't finish.
Yeah.
According to them, he didn't survive the ground.
Ain't that crazy?
You gotta survive the ground.
But he had 2 feet.
That's my new one, man. Somebody, I'm gonna be like, look, man, you didn't survive the ground. Hey, anything go wrong? What happened, man? He didn't survive the ground. So, I mean, listen, folks, that's our thoughts on it. You know, Kendrick, I think we both agree. It's a poorly written rule.
Well,
no consistency.
it's no consistency. That's all. Not consistent.
And I say instant replay should not be slowed down. It should be played at 60 frames per second in real time, in game speed, and you got to keep looking at it at game speed.
That's right.
All right.
That's
So
right.
give us your thoughts, y'all.
And we're just saying
that
this rule will be changed at beginning of next season. Maybe not next season, but the season after next.
They're gonna tweak it and probably make it worse.
They're gonna tweak that.
They're gonna probably
They're gonna make it work.
They're gonna do something wrong.
They're gonna put that in there when the ball across the plane at the end zone. It's a dead ball. It's a touchdown.
It needs to be.
Yeah.
It needs to be like old school.
Yeah.
Nose of the ball go. I don't care if this much of the ball go over.
If you got possession of the ball.
If you got possession, it's a touchdown.
That's right.
So please subscribe, leave your comments, give us your thoughts. Take care. Have a productive day. Peace.